with the January 6th committee hearings. Something like this, a raid on an individual's home, much less a former high-ranking Justice Department official's home, is a big deal. It means that authorities are looking for something. It means that they are worried that perhaps if they simply asked for it or served a subpoena, perhaps that evidence would be destroyed or lost, or somehow they wouldn't get it. And so therefore, they felt there was a sense of urgency to go get whatever information they were looking for. And remember, the significance of Jeffrey Clark is that we heard videotaped testimony from Bill Barr, former Attorney General, and others during the January 6th hearings, that they had told President Trump these theories about election fraud were ridiculous. What it looks like here, in the sense of Mr. Clark, is that President Trump was looking for someone to tell him otherwise, to give him some cover. That seems to be his significance here.
Is this a sign, perhaps, Joe, that he could soon face legal action?
It's always a possibility. I mean, I think what we're seeing here, we heard about subpoenas last night being served on various individuals across 7 different states with respect to these fake electors. That was yesterday's big news. This is today's big news. So clearly the investigation is bubbling and it's rising closer and closer to the top. This is serious, right? I mean, the January 6th committee hearings, they are serious as well. But we know the limitations of a congressional committee is that all they can do is make findings and facts public and then refer them to the Justice Department. The Justice Department can actually bring charges. And so when you see something like this happen, you have to think, this is not a little deal, this is a big deal.
And so to your point, if charges were filed, what sorts of charges could Clark face?
It really depends on what his role was, right? I mean, we have reporting, so I never want to get ahead of things and say, I know what happened, right? Based on what we understand about the potential facts that were here, he was a component in a larger scheme with this concept of replacing the legitimate electors who would cast their electoral college votes for Joe Biden with fake electors who would cast their votes for President Trump, giving him just enough to possibly throw the election his way. So that could be a number of different criminal charges if those facts bore themselves out. Conspiracy to defraud the United States, obstruction of justice, conspiracy to violate election laws, filing false documents, false official statements. So there's a variety of different ways this could go. It certainly seems like this individual is a potentially important part of a larger scheme.
All right, and we should mention CBS News is active